Hey guys, it's Alex, aka Dark Mata, over here. Gonna show you guys a little bit about the plugin manager. You hit F10, pops up your plugins. It's useful, to be tweaking things if you want. Let's say player colors, and this guy happens to be player 3, I believe. I think I got the wrong guy. Oh, that's why it's not activated. Ooh, my bad. Alright, so now we got it. So we got a purple player and a red player, and you can see how handy it is to be able to do that kind of thing real time. If you have a second screen, I recommend you put this on the other screen, full screen it, and I think that'll give you a lot of RAM and space for all these options. If you don't, however, don't worry. Still works just fine. It's just a little bit more cluttered and a little bit harder when you get into the camera mode settings. So these are your local plugins here. Just turn that down a little bit too loud. So these are your local plugins, and they all have their individual settings depending on the author of the plugin. It's up to them what options they give to you. And if you're writing your own plugin, obviously you can provide your own options. The plugin files, you can see them through the plugin file menu item, and that would be an interesting way to get started on writing plugins, just by modifying some of these existing official ones. Alright, so that's the local ones. In addition, you can disable the plugin, and that will tell you that a restart will be required. It's not always the case, but it's a safe bet. And now we're over here in the disabled section at the bottom, and if you really wanted to, you could delete the plugin from your file system as well. I don't really recommend doing that unless you really want to get rid of it. Most of the time, just disabling it is fine. And there's a couple ways to work with plugins when you're kind of enabling and disabling. Sometimes things will go all right. Other times you'll maybe want to use this reload all plugins button just to have them all be refreshed. Sometimes that won't work, and you'll want to restart fresh, and that's just because of some side effects. Just so that you're aware of that. Then you have the online section. So these are publicly available on NPM, to be technical, but basically these are ones that are on your machine and they're available for download and installing. If it's an official plugin, it'll say Titan Reactor plugins / it'll also have this little notice here. So just beware that if it's an unofficial plugin, that you trust the author and you trust them with the plugin. And if you want to review the plugin, you can as well, because once you install it, it doesn't automatically enable it. It has it down here in the disabled state. And so then you can go and poke around if you want to. In this case, it's the FPS one. We can poke around if we really wanted to. And then if we want to enable it, we would enable it. And see that little skeleton? That means that something went wrong. And again, I hope that usually, this is kind of like how you hash things out. It's not a perfect system. Some things just don't work when we're toggling on and off. But when we start from a blank slate, or we hit reload all plugins, it works out. So once you're happy with your setup, you're normally not changing it all that much, so it won't be such an issue. Let's see. Is there anything else to cover? I think that pretty much covers it. We can go into the individual options later. It's pretty straightforward as to how you work with these things, so if you want to just go ahead and get started, have fun, and good luck.